Okay, we're going to do this loop now. Do it all the time. Go G20 to G37. Hopefully we don't fall off there. G20, G37. Trail 5. And trail G6. And trail 5. Back to trail G2, or yeah, G2 to P1. So now we're going on G37. Was that pretty quick? There's a big patch of those purple flowers coming up. There they are. Sent a picture. My friend Karen likes the color purple. So I sent her a picture of those flowers, and she's like, "That's my favorite color." I said, "Jeez, I knew that. Worked with her for 10 years. Wasn't paying attention." Whenever I'm at a car show, if there's a purple car, I'll send her a picture too. I'm actually thinking of painting my looks like the dirt's churned up here, or it's foggy, probably dirt. Looks like someone was doing a donut maybe. Unless it's fog. So I'm building a quarter scale RC drag bike, and eventually I'm going to have to come up with a paint scheme. So I was thinking of painting the entire, well, the body of it, painting it silver. On the top of that, doing like a see-through candy paint, but doing like a candy purple. Do some graphics. So that in the sun it really sparkles. But we'll see. Once I get the bike done, I'll figure out what color to paint it. It'll look good black. Pretty nice, so I'd like to put a pretty special paint job on. Just whack my foot peg on a rock. So I might see how small the, I like the House of Colors brand automotive paints. but I have to see how small containers they'll sell, you know. I don't want to have to buy, you know, 2 or 3 quarts to do such a small paint job. I mean, that's the way to do it, but good grief, it could cost you $200 for the paint. It's only a very small project. So I know people with, you know, use House of Colors on large scale bikes, custom motorcycles, so they may sell, you know, pints. So, you know, if they sold a pint for 16 or 18 bucks, I would hope, then it might just cost, you know, 60 bucks for the materials. That was a wrong decision. So, but that's a long way off. It's probably, I won't get to painting it probably till next spring. There's still a lot of work to do. I've got to make a rear brake, hook that up. I got to hook up the throttle, and hook up the steering, all hooked up to electronic servos, so, you know, via remote control radio I can make it run. But everything's custom made, so you know, it's not like some kit that I bought. I'm just putting it together. I'm kind of designing it and building it as I go, but I've been doing RC cars, RC boats, RC motorcycles for 35 years. I know what I'm doing, I just don't have a lot of time to work on that project. Because I also enjoy to do acrylic painting. I'm doing a nice acrylic painting now. Working on it for a couple days. You know, then you start riding your dirt bike. Today I might not get to work on it. What's nice with the acrylic paints over oils is that acrylic paints dry very, very fast. So, you know, you can finish a painting in, you know, maybe 3 days, 4 days. It's not constant work, you know, that's work for an hour, set it down, work for another hour, set it down. So, you know, in 3 days you can finish a painting, whereas if it's painted in oils, you have to be real cautious, because as you apply another color of paint, it mixes with the one beneath it. So in some cases it's good to do that, but in other cases it's not. It turns to mud. So you know, you gotta let it dry. So you know, you work on it for a couple hours, let it dry for 2 days, 3 days, work on it for 2 hours, let it dry for 3 days. So to do a painting might take you a month. But and what I do is the acrylics, when they're dry and done, they look a little chalky. So you can kind of tell that it's acrylic. So what I do on all my paintings is put a couple coats of clear varnish over them. They sell a special varnish. I mean, you can varnish an oil painting too if you want. So that's what I do. I put a couple coats of varnish over it. And honestly, once you varnish, and it's, you know, gloss or semi-gloss varnish, and once you do that, it's kind of tough to tell whether it's acrylic or oil. So basically I can knock out a painting in say 3 days, put a coat of varnish on it, set it outside. It'll dry in probably takes 6 or 8 hours to dry, and then I'll look at it, and sometimes I just put 1 coat of varnish, and then other times I'll put 2 coats. And you know, once that final coat of varnish is on there, I let it dry for, if I can put it outside, let it dry for a day out there on the deck. There's a snake. Is he making progress? He says, I'm making progress. No, what kind he is. Better get off that trail now. Get off that trail there, you won't be flat. If I was brave, I'd pick them up. So once they're covered with varnish, then you know, they're easy to keep clean. You can, if they're hanging up, you could just dust it with a sponge. Smoke won't damage it. Light won't damage it. So I kind of recommend varnishing, although I do have some paintings that I haven't varnished. Just a very, very thin coating. I've got the same bottle I bought years ago. one's not even 8 ounces. It might be 4-ounce bottle. So you have to put real thin coats on or it doesn't want to dry. It tells you in the instructions. Use very light coats. Don't get crazy. You don't want to put a 16th inch coating on there. You just want to barely cover it. And once you start painting that varnish on, man, does that painting come alive. And it just shines. The colors just pop. Because the acrylics are kind of flat. A little chalky when they're dry. So you put the varnish on and it shines nice. That's a hobby I'd like to work on more, because I have a million ideas for paintings, but I just don't have the frickin' time, you know? And you can do a painting, you know, from a photograph you have, or you could do it from memory, or you can search the interweb and find an image that you like and paint it. So, or you can just think up something, you know, a Martian or alien from outer space. You know, you can go on the internet, look at pictures and see what they look like, and draw it on a canvas, and mix the right color to get the color you want, and paint them up. And you got a nice painting of an alien. I'm sure the aliens would appreciate it. Stop here. One of my rest spots here.